Coldplay. Love Coldplay.
I know, speed
And
of
it's
sound.
outside, a bit chilly, but still okay to get out there walking and running. Running if you're really hardcore, but definitely you could go for nice country walks. So we were just talking about them, weren't we? And there's within a divine area around here, and this is Serena and Vanessa talking to Paul from Marlow Striders.
Vanessa, the non-runner, talking.
Serena, the runner.
So that's why I'm going to ask
bit
now.
more laid back
what would
about my
be,
running now.
Some good tips for new runners, people who suddenly realise they want to take up running. You know, but it's not something.
It's often brought about by your GP telling you do something,
Yes.
or your trousers waistband telling you, do you know what? I don't want to give up nice wine and food and cheese and delicious things. So what can we do about it? And let's just turn up the furnaces a bit, start some exercise.
But you shouldn't really just do it without thinking through what sort of the main tips for a new runner.
I think the first thing is running shoes, because if you don't get the right running shoes, then you're going to be putting a strain on your feet, which is the most important thing. So it's very easy to get the wrong shoe. So you've got Runners Retreat in Marlow, our new running shop,
Yes.
which sells. So it's going in there asking an expert to show you. And once you've got the right running shoes for your feet, with your gait, that's the first point.
Yeah.
I think the second thing then is to get enthused, and one of the good ways of doing that is running with people, friends, people you know, or club, as we've talked about. Because if you go out with people, you will go. If you go by yourself, it's really, really hard
a bit
to
harder.
get motivated.
And just start out slow and little bits.
Yeah.
You know, just only expect yourself to be able to jog along for a few minutes.
That's it.
And then go to a walk.
Yeah.
I think
and then
just
go
and
back
then
to a
build
jog.
it up. I mean,
Build it up,
it's the
yeah.
same with a lot of exercise.
Because
like
if you
that.
thought you could run 3 miles straight off, having not done anything, you're very much mistaken.
I
'Cause if you
absolutely
really
agree.
haven't ran,
Yeah.
then just go for... and when you feel a bit private, like there's no one about, just break into a trot and just go for it and just do it a little bit. And then listen to your breathing. Listen to your breathing and try and stay oxygenated. Don't get into a debt.
Yeah.
And just get yourself... And I used to do when I first began was like in, out with my footfall.
Yes.
And then once I had that little rhythm,
Yes.
I could hold it for a few minutes
Yes,
and then a
yes.
bit more.
And once you find your breathing,
You have a breathing
pattern,
rhythm,
You can go in, hold, out, hold. You'll soon find there's a rhythm, and you'll find it, and then you actually get your breath work, and then you get into you get into more chi running, which is another day. But it is the breath and the rhythm is very important.
Yeah, and then you've just got that as a baseline.
I can see the breath being important because you don't think about it. You just think, you're going to run, but it's the same when you do a lot of exercise. You know that
It will become automatic, but at first you've actually got to practice it. You've actually got to be like almost do numbers in your head, or say in, out, it's okay.
No, that's a good point.
My top tip would be always have your kit. So once you've started to gather up a few bits and pieces, don't go out and splash loads of money out straight away, but just 1 or 2 basic bits of kit to wear.
Good pair of shoes.
And dress warmly enough. Don't go out cold, because you can tie bits around your waist or stuff your gloves in your pocket or put your woolly hat inside your jacket. So wear enough so you're not cold. And then later, when you're more experienced, you'll go out with less, knowing you will warm up.
Yes.
But as a female, the one thing would put me off is being expected to go outside and be cold straight away, because I'd feel like I don't want to be here.
And also, I think when you get cold, you tense your muscles up. So all that hard work of stretching that you'll do beforehand and afterwards is all going to be, if you're tensed up.
But you'll see
not very good,
experienced runners, they will be in skimpy shorts and a singlet, and they're fine because they're really used to it and they know they're going to warm up. So, but more of a beginner would need a few, need their warmth and then peel off.
No, I think that's safe.
I've chucked my jackets over people's gardens halfway round and thought, I know them, I'm going to stuff it under their hedge and go back.
Is stretching important?
It is, and there's different theories on what's the best way to stretch, but in terms of the one that I've seen that's most common is that you do a gentle stretch to start with, very gentle, then you do a slow jog to get blood into your body, then you do a little bit more stretching, and then you go proper. So when I see people before races, I see them doing gentle stretches, then they do a jog to warm up, then do a bit more stretching, and then
that's the way.
And the final thing before they go into the race, they then go to race speed for about 50 metres or maybe 100 metres to get used to the speed. So it's all about getting your body ready. Your body doesn't like shocks or
no, it doesn't want to go out the back door and then
it's warming it up. So
yeah.
Very
And what
much
about
so.
feeding yourself as a runner? I mean, if you're just running, not necessarily for a race, but you're just running, it's your main exercise or one of the main exercises you do. How many times would you run now?
A week.
A week?
Yeah.
About 4, maybe 5 times.
Okay, so to do that, what sort of diet do you tend to require?
I think the breakfast is most important. I'm not a nutrition expert, but this is what I do. I can say what works for me. So I go for porridge and protein mix, because one of the hardest things for runners is to get enough protein. So I try and get 100 grams a day, and it's very hard to do that. So
that's about 4 ounces, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's a lot of protein, because in runners you need more protein because of your the protein and the muscle rebuilding
the muscle.
of it.
Yeah.
The hydration is obviously important, but those are the 2 main ones that I think are pretty key.
And if you're only just starting out, don't be fooled into thinking you can have a Mars bar when you get back. Other chocolate are available, but you aren't burning a great deal up. So there's no carb loading when you're not running very much, and you'll defeat the object, because you'll be thinking, well, I'm not losing weight, so I'll quit running. So please just it's a balanced, sensible diet. There's all you need, unless you're running for like 2 or 3 hours.
Exactly. If you do a little bit more running, get your protein in afterwards.
Yes,
because then
that's
your body
for the cell repair.
The cell repair, because it needs protein. So get the protein in just afterwards, and any way you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And porridge is ideal. It's cheap and cheerful, isn't it? Porridge is great stuff.
I have porridge anyway, and I don't run, but it's just
it's great.
I've always had porridge, and it is a great breakfast. But you're sort of saying that when you've done the running, it's
egg on toast or
something like
wholemeal bread,
protein.
Yeah. Just afterwards.
And even drinking milk afterwards is quite good, because milk's got your protein and calcium, and it's also hydrating you. So
chunks of cheese, maybe.
Yeah, Edam cheese is good, because that's low fat. Yeah, and I know Paul wants to, if he hasn't got long, I think probably a good idea to mention the charities. He's very keen to link us in with those.
Okay, just a quick one on charities. Over the years, Marlow Striders have raised over £100,000 for charities.
Way, that's brilliant.
And this year we've got 2 main charities. One is the Marlow Sports Centre. I don't know if your listeners know, but we've actually, the Marlow Sports Club, which caters for 6 sports, has actually bought the ground last year.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, wow.
And what that means is that it's built that club for the future of Marlow. I don't know if you've been down there, ladies, but there's a new all-weather hockey pitch.
I haven't seen the new hockey pitch. I've been down there in the past to watch my children play hockey, but I haven't seen the new pitch.
And it's just great for a town like Marlow to have that sort of sports centre. So we now have it for the residents of Marlow for many years to come. I hope up until last year it was in the balance whether we would get it, and if we'd lost that, it could have just been built over.
Oh, could have had houses there.
So that's one of our charities, and the other charity is the Marlow Opportunity Group, which is being assisted by Richard Ferguson, who is a local yoga teacher. And what this group does, it supports 2 to 5-year-old children who've got Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, or similar type situations, and it gives them a lot of one-on-one support at that vital age, so it gives them a better chance of getting into mainstream education at the age of 5. So to me, that's a very worthy charity, and we'll be presenting both charities cheques in April at our AGM.
That sounds brilliant.
Oh,
well
done.
Well,
that's superb.
Hopefully lots of people get, support the duathlon on the 18th of March, and then later on the half marathon as well. And it'd be lovely to hear more about the Marlow Sports Club as well. We've got lots of sports to cover in our Let's Get Physical slot.
Claire, if you're listening, I haven't forgotten your recipe, and we'll try and put that on the website or give it a mention at a later point.
Well, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you, Paul. It's been very interesting.
Okay. Thanks for inviting me.
You're
ladies.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.